Hello friends, in this session we will discuss about pH and the buffers used to maintain pH. Water undergoes self-ionization to a limited extent. Upon self-ionization, water gives rise to H3O plus and OH minus ion, and the equilibrium constant is given by the equation K is equal to molar concentration of H3O plus into molar concentration of OH minus ion, the whole thing divided by molar concentration of water raised to the power of 2. On rearranging this, we can write it as K into molar concentration of water raised to the power of 2 is equal to product of molar concentration of H3O plus ion into molar concentration of OH minus ion. As the degree of ionization of water is very low, the concentration of water remains practically constant. That means that the product of K and molar concentration of water is another constant, which is the ionic product of water and is represented by Kw. Thus, ionic product of water at a given temperature is defined as the product of molar concentration of H3O plus and OH minus ion at that temperature. It is equal to the value of 1 into 10 to the power of minus 14 mole square per liter square at 298 Kelvin. As ionic product of water increases with temperature, at 313 Kelvin, the ionic product of water is equal to 3 into 10 to the power of minus 14 mole square per liter square. The pH of a solution is defined as negative logarithm to the base 10 of the value of hydronium ion concentration in moles per liter. Thus, pH is equal to minus of log 10 of hydronium ion concentration. At 298 Kelvin, pH of pure water or a neutral solution is 7. If the value is less than 7, the solution is acidic, and if it is greater than 7, the solution is basic. pOH scale expresses the hydroxide ion concentration of a solution and is defined as negative logarithm to the base 10 of the value of hydroxide ion concentration in moles per liter. Concentration of hydroxide ion can be calculated by raising the value of 10 to minus pOH. pKw is equal to pH plus pOH, which is equal to 14. Ostwald's dilution law. This is based on Arrhenius theory and is only applicable to weak electrolyte. Consider an aqueous solution of a binary electrolyte of concentration C moles per liter and degree of dissociation alpha. Initially, the concentration of the electrolyte is equal to C and the concentration of cation and anion is 0. However, once equilibrium is established, the equilibrium concentration of the electrolyte is equal to C into 1 minus alpha, while that of the cation and anion is given by C alpha. Applying the law of chemical equilibrium, K is equal to C alpha squared by 1 minus alpha. If V represents the volume of the solution in liter containing 1 mole of an electrolyte, then C is equal to 1 by V moles per liter. Substituting this in the previous equation, if the degree of dissociation alpha is very small, then 1 minus alpha will tend to 1. In other words, K is equal to C alpha squared, or alpha is equal to root of Kv, or alpha is equal to whole root of K by C. It can be used to calculate the degree of ionization of weak acid and bases. Consider the problem. Calculate the degree of ionization of ammonium hydroxide in 0.02 molar solution. Given the ionization constant of ammonium hydroxide is 1.8 into 10 to the power of minus 5 moles per liter at 25 degrees Celsius. We know that K is equal to C alpha squared. As the value of K is given as 1.8 into 10 to the power of minus 5 and C is given as 0.02 molar, these two values are substituted in the equation to calculate the degree of ionization, which is found to be 0.03. It can also be used to calculate the pH of an aqueous solution of a weak acid or a base and to calculate the ionization constant of weak acid and bases. A solution which resists any change in pH even when small amount of acid or base is added to it is called as a buffer solution. Buffer solution can be of three kinds: acidic buffer, basic buffer, or salt. Acidic buffer is a mixture of weak acid and its salt, while basic buffer is a mixture of a weak base and its salt. A buffer can also be the salt of a weak acid and weak base. Every buffer has a definite pH value, and this value remains unaltered on standing for a long time. Neither does it change with dilution. How does a buffer solution prevent change in pH? Let us first look at the mechanism of action of acidic buffer. Let's take the example of acetic acid and sodium salt of acetic acid. Acetic acid is a weak acid and hence is only weakly ionized, whereas sodium salt of acetic acid ionizes completely. If a small amount of acid is added to it, it reacts with acetate ion to form weakly ionized acetic acid. On the other hand, if a small quantity of base is added, it reacts with acetic acid to form acetate ion. In the case of basic buffers like ammonium hydroxide and ammonium chloride is only weakly ionized, whereas ammonium chloride, being a salt, ionizes completely. On adding small quantity of acid, it reacts with ammonium hydroxide to form ammonium ion. When we add small amount of base, it reacts with ammonium ion to form ammonium hydroxide. Ammonium acetate, being a salt of a weak acid and a weak base, is also a buffer. On adding small quantity of acid, the acetate salt reacts with H3O plus to form acetic acid, whereas on adding small quantity of base, ammonium ion reacts with it to form ammonium hydroxide, thus maintaining pH. Buffers find application in a variety of fields. They are used in complexometric titration of EDTA to maintain the required pH for the reaction condition. It's also used in alcoholic fermentation and tanning of leather. Citric acid sodium citrate system is used in sterilizing penicillin preparation and milk of magnesia. Carbonic acid carbonate buffer is important in the living system. This is all for now. Thank you.